Good afternoon, folks. Coming to you a little bit early today, getting the iron pitchers knocked out of the way and these packs that are burning a hole in my pocket. We tried doing them last night, but the internet did not cooperate, so we're going to try again today. We are a little bit early today, so I apologize for that if you were waiting for an 8 o'clock stream tonight. But I wanted to get it knocked out and going to hang out with the family tonight instead. So, with that said, let's jump right into our iron pitchers. For those of you who may or may not be new to this, I have been looking at the bronze tournament players, and this should be bronze tournament or iron tournament pitchers. We're going to start with the relief pitchers. We're going to do the top 10 pitchers from the iron tournaments that we've seen in both relief pitchers and starting pitchers. I'm glad to have it over with. I'm moving on to silver now. We'll see if there's any surprises here for you guys out of these pitchers, but I don't know if there will be, and if you disagree with me, then that's totally cool, because I'm going to be honest, looking at the data for these guys was a jumbled mess, and it was a little bit difficult to come up with 10 pitchers on both sides. So not a lot of variation throughout the pitchers as we went through. I think the silver is going to be a lot more interesting. I started running them yesterday, and from what I've seen so far, it's already a little bit more variation in the pitchers and what we're seeing. So I'm much more excited about doing the silver stuff next week, but we'll get through the iron pitchers for you. But the big main event tonight is going to be the decimals and their packs. So let's go ahead and move straight on to this, and then we'll talk about the decimals here in just a minute once we get through these. Coming in at number 10 for your relief pitchers is 1972 unsung hero Tom Hall. Just 10 appearances so far. 2 in the top 50, 3 in the top 100. 50% in the top 25% and 20% dud percentage so far. So again, anybody new, I use what I call a dud percentage, which is anytime these players are showing up in the bottom 25% of their stats, of the stats for all the pitchers in the tournaments, that's their dud percentage. So 1 out of every 5 times for Tom Hall, he's putting in a really bad performance. And in the bullpen and with your pitchers, with the hitters, you know, a mid-teens, 20-something% dud percentage isn't that bad. With the pitchers when they get higher can really lose tournaments for you. So unfortunately, Tom Hall is one of the best. Limited small sample size for Hall. I like his ratings a little bit. He's got really good stuff for an iron card, and then 2 good pitches and 4 pitches that can be effective in the iron level. And so far he's showing pretty good, but just 10 appearances so far, so we'll see how this card stacks up going forward. At number 9 is 1969 Unsung Heroes Diego Segui. I actually like this card just a little bit better than that Tom Hall, even though that Tom Hall has really, really nice stuff. This one's a little bit more well balanced. He's got good fastball, good curveball, and a third good pitch, whereas Hall was lacking in control, lacking in movement. Segui is a little bit better going forward on across the board on those stats. At number 8 is Heath Hembry, live 2020 MLB card. Sorry, I just got a message on my phone. Hembry's got 26 appearances so far, so a little bit more than Hall and Segui. We're starting to see an uptick in appearances. Again, this is over a week, so most of the relief pitchers you're going to see, I'm looking for at least 20 performances, but Segui and Hall have been better performers over their small sample sizes than some of the other ones have been over a lot of sample sizes. Less enamored by Hembry's dud percentage, but he does have 3 pretty good pitches, and again, he's pretty high on that stuff, and a little bit better control than Tom Hall. I think if Hall gets more appearances in and continues to pitch as well as he has been, then he'll definitely move up the list. But for now, with just a week in the books, I'm comfortable putting Hembry here at number 8. At number 7 is Stefan Crichton. This card is pretty green all across the board for his stats. Live MLB card, almost 30 appearances now, just a 13.8 dud percentage, the lowest so far on the list. 3 pretty good pitches there, and good stuff, good movement, and good control. I like the green across the board. That's really useful. Sometimes one really high rating can work out well, especially if you're like a Hembry and you have really good stuff and a couple of good pitches. But a lot of times, especially if you're looking for a guy to pitch maybe an inning or more, you're going to look for that green all the way across the board. Only 1 top 100 out of his 30 appearances for Crichton, but he's been pretty solid and not had those really blow-up performances in these tournaments so far. It's just 13.8% dud percentage. At number 6 currently is Jake McGee, 2020 MLB Live, pitching for the Colorado Rockies. Pitches are rated just a little bit higher than Crichton's are. Movement's a little bit lower, but good stuff and good control is getting it done. He's got 7 top 100 appearances out of his 60. He's getting used a little bit more than the other guys on the list so far. Pretty high dud percentage, so not my favorite card on this list by far, but he does have the high end there with 2 top 50s and 7 top 100s out of his appearances. So that's why basically sample size is what's got him ahead of Crichton. At number 5 right now is Tuki Toussaint. Another small sample size guy, but really kind of doing a good job. Just 2 dud performances so far and 3 appearances in the top 100 out of his first 19. So he is listed as a starting pitcher. So you'll have to look for him in the starters if you want to add him to your bullpen. But he's got really high-end stuff, and he's got 4 pretty solid pitches. This is a card that I think can work really well out of the bullpen for you. Decent stamina too, so if you need a long reliever, then he's somebody that you can count on to give you multiple innings if you need it. Number 4 relief pitcher right now is Sam Gaviglio. With 45 appearances, 6 in the top 100, 2 top 20s, and 4 top 50. So he's given some top end, and with just a 17.8% dud percentage, he's really avoiding the stinkers down there. Good stuff and good control. Mediocre, slightly above average movement on his pitch ratings there, but 4 good pitches that'll get you through at least an inning, and maybe more if you need it, but probably not. This is more of a 1-inning pitcher than that Tuki Toussaint that can give you multiple innings out of the bullpen. At number 3 is Brian Garcia, who's got 30 appearances so far and just a 13.3% dud percentage. Only 3 pitches for Garcia, but really good stuff for an iron card, and his individual pitch ratings are really pretty awesome too. So this is a card that is working out pretty well for a lot of people right now. 40% of his appearances so far, so what's that? 6 of them have been in the top 25%, I guess that's 12 of them have been in the top 25%, and just the 13.3 dud percentage so far for Garcia. Your number 2 relief pitcher, iron tournaments, not bronze, 22 appearances, 2 in the top 50, 4 in the top 100, 36.4% in the top 25, but a minuscule 9.1% dud percentage is Louis Chessa, 2020 MLB Live card. He does have 3 pitches, really good slider. I think he's performing above his ratings right now just a little bit, but he does have good stuff and good control, and that's something that you can work with out of the bullpen. Mixes up a good fastball and a slider, and then a changeup that he can throw in there every now and then. And coming in at number 1, really small sample size here, guys, so I'm not super confident in this guy at number 1, but so far he hasn't had a single dud out of those 13 appearances. And I like the card. I like what I see out of it, and I think going forward he's going to be pretty good if people start using him. He is listed as a closer. Raleigh Fingers, 1971 Unsung Heroes right now, is getting it done in the iron tournaments. 3 of his 13 appearances are in the top 100. Almost 40% of them are in the top 25%. And an awesome 0% dud percentage. So this is a guy who you can put in your bullpen and just trust with the ball every time he's going to go out there. So there are your top 10 iron tournament relief pitchers for the week of this week. Moving on to the starting pitchers. At number 10 is Ivan Nova, pitching for the Detroit Tigers now. 3 top 100 appearances out of his 51. Pretty high 21.6% dud percentage. But he's got good stuff, really good control, and a 27.5% top 25 percentage. So this is the bottom few of the starting pitchers are kind of a mixed bag, and he's definitely one of those, but he's a guy that he's going to give you a good appearance more often than not. So he's working out okay for a lot of the people that he's playing for right now. At number 9 is live Cole Irvin with 36 appearances so far, 3 of them in the top 100, just a 16.7% dud percentage, and up over 30% in the top 25%. He has 5 pitches. A couple of them are mediocre. He's got that changeup down there at the bottom. Decent stuff, good control, not quite as high as Nova, but a little bit higher on the movement than Nova. So this is a card that's that I think can perform. I don't think he's performing above his level quite as much as Nova is. I think he's just a little bit more well-rounded. And I think that his top 25% and his dud percentage could be sustainable for this card because I do like the way it looks. At number 8 is Matt Andrizi. Only 17 appearances, so again, small sample size. 4 good pitches, though. Just an 11.8% dud percentage. Not a lot of top end here, though. So if you're looking for a middle reliever who's just going to provide you reliable innings, not blow the games up for you, keep your team close if you're behind in the middle innings, this is the kind of card that can do that for you. Definitely not your shutdown closer necessarily, but he's a guy who's pitching well for people, well enough that almost 50% of his appearances have been really good. And at number 7, 1937 Unsung Heroes, Charlie Root, with 44% top 25 percentage, 3 top 100s. So a little bit more top end here from Charlie Root, but a little bit higher dud percentage than that Injuries A card as well. I think that the control, he's got better control. His stuff is pretty comparable to the other cards here. Only 3 pitches, though, so we'll see how this card does going forward. I'm not convinced that it's going to be a top 10 relief pitcher for very long once people start getting more appearances out of their other cards. But he's a guy that's performing pretty well so far and giving some really good value at almost 45% of the top 25%. Coming in at number 6, live Corey Oswalt. This is a guy that's got 5 pitches as well. 7 of his 48 appearances so far have been in the top 100, which is pretty good. Almost 30% of them have been in the top 25%. So you're looking at 17, 18 of them right there, and then a dud percentage of 20.8. So again, a little bit higher dud percentage than what I like. Hey, what's up, Lobat? Yeah, you can try combos of these. I'm not as convinced about these cards. Like, you can argue with me on these cards as much as you want, and I'll probably just agree with you, to be honest. I'm not super loving the data I pulled out of the iron stuff this week, but I promised I was going to get these out. I do like them. I do like some of the higher end stuff, but at the lower end, they're a super mixed bag. And I found that I had just as much success telling the computer to fill my team out as I did putting the team together. So we'll see going forward, though. Coming in at number 5, I'm much more excited about the packs today than I am about this list, if I'm being totally honest. But I did say I was going to get it done, so I knocked it out. At number 5 is Tyler Alexander, the live MLB again. Just 20 appearances, so again, I don't have a ton of data on these guys. For the bronze last week, I had almost 6,000 pitching appearances between my starters and my relievers, so I just don't have as much data on these guys right now too. So it's an early bag kind of thing for these guys. But I've enjoyed watching the tournaments too, so there's some fun stuff going on down there. Alexander has 40% in the top 25%, just a 10% dud percentage. He's another one of these guys with good stuff and good control, but not a lot of movement. Out of the bullpen, you can live with that. Not going to walk guys, so he's not going to get into those first and second, nobody out on 8-pitch walks, and then let up a big 3-run home run to give up big leads and stuff. But he doesn't really he's got a good changeup, but not really a top-end pitch either. And his slider and his curveball are pretty mediocre, so I think this guy will probably drop a little bit too as more data comes in, but we'll see. Right now it's performing really well in these tournaments, though, with 3 appearances out of the top 100. So we're looking at 1,300 starting pitching performances right now, so having 3 of those in the top 100 is actually not that bad. Moving on up to number 4 is Jose Urquidy, 2020 MLB Live. Also 30 appearances, so 4 of his are in the top 100, and just a 13.3 dud percentage, almost 40% top 25 percentage. He's got 4 pretty good pitches. I like his repertoire better than I like Alexander's, even though right now Alexander seems to be performing just a little bit better. I do like what I see on the face of the Urquidy card a little bit better than what I see on the Alexander card, and I think this card's a lot more likely to perform well going forward than Tyler Alexander. I am not seeing a lot of historical cards here in the 50s in the iron tournaments as far as starting pitchers. There's a little bit more historical stuff in the batters. You can see that at on my link from Twitch last night, which worked well until the internet decided to go out when I was doing packs. But there was a little bit more historical stuff on the batter side, but on the starting pitchers specifically, I'm not seeing a lot of historical guys until we get near the top. So number 3 right now is Rogelio Armenteros, 2020 MLB Live. Again, 30 appearances here, 40% in the top 25%, 13% dud percentage. So really similar to the Urquidy card. but a little bit higher top end with 4 top 50s and 6 top 100s right now for Armenteros. He's running out there as my number 3. I think part of what I like more about the bronze last week is that I don't have all of those cards. So when I go to open packs, I have it's giving me cards I can look for. Whereas the irons, I have all these cards, which makes it a little bit less interesting to me. Armenteros does have a really, really good changeup for a 59 rated card. So he's going out there and he's getting it done. He's pitched well for my team throughout the tournaments as well. Coming in at number 2, and again, this is iron, so ignore the top. I rushed these slides out today. Apologies for that. So these top 2 guys are getting used a lot, and there's a reason for it. So with 84 appearances, 14 top 100s, a 42% top 25 percentage, and just a 10.7% dud percentage, we have live Lewis Thorpe from the Minnesota Twins. Really good stuff, pretty good control, not a lot of movement, but he's got 4 above average pitchers and a filthy changeup that's really apparently keeping hitters on their toes. This card's performing great in these iron tournaments, and it shows everybody's using him, and our number 1 pitcher, who we'll talk about in just a second. I do like this card. He's been lights out for my team throughout all of the tournaments he's been in, and pretty easy to find as well. So I think I quick sold like 24 of him or something out of all the packs I've opened. Coming in at number 1, however, with 65 appearances, 10 of them in the top 100, a 50.8% top 25 percentage. Guys, more than half of this guy's appearances have been in the top quarter of them. And just a 7.7% dud percentage is 1971 snapshot Nelson Briles. Only 3 pitches on this card, but better stuff and movement combined with his really good control are helping him get it done. Sinker, curveball, changeup, so he uses his sinker as his fastball, I guess. Curveball and changeup. He doesn't have a top-end pitch, but he continues to perform well in these tournaments. I keep waiting for this card to drop off a little bit. I do think that it's performing a little bit above its ratings, especially with only 3 pitches, but you can get away with that in the bullpen. He is listed as a starting pitcher, but he only has 30 stamina, so that's why people are using him in relief, or I guess as a starter. He is being used as a starter, but I imagine people are pulling him early. But he's been awesome for my team as well. So really interesting card here at number 1. Again, I'm not convinced he's actually the number 1 iron pitcher the way that I'm convinced right now that Brent Suter is the number 1 bronze pitcher. But for now, he's working really well for me and for everybody else who's pitching him. This is my current team that I'm running out there for my pitchers. I've got Briles pitching first, Thorpe, Armenteros, Urquidy, Alexander. Looks familiar. Yep, that's number 1 through 5 on our list. I do have Turk Wendell and Neftali Feliz in my bullpen. I just noticed last week that they were performing okay. Wendell fell off a cliff over the last couple days, which is why he's not on the top 10 list. I just haven't changed him out. Feliz was borderline top 10. The other guys were all in the top 10 list. Nova was on our starting pitcher list, and has been a pretty good long relief pitcher for me. So that's our list. We're going to go ahead and move on to the packs. Keep in mind, next Thursday and Friday, I'll be doing the silver tournament, guys. I'm pretty excited for that, and would like to mention that I'm already noticing my old friend Brent Suter pitching well in silver tournaments as well. So he's going to keep avoiding me, apparently, and not make it onto the decimals. But he's pitching well over there. That's all I've really noticed out of the silver tournament so far, though. So let's move on to the decimals, and let's take a quick look at the team. I know we looked at it briefly last night. You may or may not have been here. I don't think you were on last night, Lobat. There was some out of the park stuff going on too, and I think most people were over there. So we ran the hitters last night, and then we got into packs, and it was taking like 45 seconds. Let's see. I'm noticing in the lower tournaments there are pitchers that have. Yeah, no, I agree. The pitcher, especially stuff this year. So last year, I was all about movement. And I really liked guys with good movement. I liked movement and control more than stuff last year. And I'm noticing the opposite this year. It's stuff and control that are getting stuff done. So I don't know what they changed in their code. And again, that's just things that I noticed so far. And I'm not an expert on any of this stuff. This is just fun for me. So I just really enjoy it. But I agree that control is important, because I think the control is keeping guys, because at iron level, your pitchers are going to let up home runs, right? They're not that good when you're at iron levels and really even bronze levels. So if they can avoid walking a bunch of guys before they let up home runs, then they're going to be a better pitcher than they are because they just can't get guys out. When they let guys on base, they can't get the strikeouts that clear the bases and stuff. The decimals. So last night we did the iron hitters, and it went pretty well. I enjoyed it. We got through it. We took a look at the unicorns and the Bruins, and then we tried getting into packs. And as soon as we got into packs, my internet started acting up. It was taking like 40 seconds per pack to even get them open. So I tried restarting the game, and then it just couldn't get back in. And so I probably should have just swapped over to do some offline stuff. I have a random debut alternate history that I've started up that I want to get into, but I've been pretty busy with this stuff. And that's what I should have done last night, but instead I said, you know what, I'm just going to go play video games with the wife, and hung out for the rest of the night with her. So today we're going to try to get into these packs and hope the internet works for us. We are very, very close to completing some pretty awesome missions. So I hadn't looked at the missions at all until Tuesday. So I opened my packs on Monday night. I got the Koufax. We got I got something else Monday night. I don't remember what. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna look into these missions just to see what it looks like. And I realized that we were pretty close to finishing some pretty awesome missions. So if I switch these to sort by completion percentage, not ascending, descending, we notice that there's a bunch of complete stuff here, and it's a lot of teams, right? So then I scrolled down and I saw, well, shoot, if I complete all of these, then we get some pretty cool cards for these missions if you haven't looked at them. And then I looked and I saw, hey, there's a 67 Yaz here that I can get for completing the entire American League, like all the American League teams missions. And that's when I realized that I'm 4 teams away from completing the American League missions. We're going to turn these in after we do packs today. But I went in and you guys love my spreadsheets. And this is what I did. So I have 4 American League teams I'm trying to complete. I need 1 from the Astros out of the, 7 you see there. I need 2 from the White Sox, 2 from the Rays, and of course the Yankees, I need 10 from them. Just a few bronzes in here, mostly silvers, golds, diamonds, and perfects. So I'm definitely not guaranteed to finish these achievements or these missions that I'm looking for tonight. And I looked a little deeper and I realized I'm only 27 cards away from completing the National League too. And that 100 Yogi Berra card is filthy. The live rewards, yes, the live rewards are awesome. So we're going to go through these 255 packs. We're going to hope to close out, I don't know, not all of these, but I'm going to be tracking this as we go. So it's probably going to, there's going to be some times where I go to the spreadsheet and mark stuff off and figure stuff out. But we're going to open packs anyway, and it's going to be fun. And I'm going to sit here and chat with you, and we're going to do what we can to get this done today. And we're going to hope that the internet will help us out today. So yeah, the Ichiro, the Maddox looks good. That Yaz is, I always hope for the perfect Pedro, but Yaz would be pretty cool too. 67 Yaz is like, he lives in lore for those of us who are Red Sox fans. So I've got my lucky coffee cup today. I've got my lucky socks on. I had my lucky shirt on last night, but it didn't work out so well for us. The unicorn shirt crashed the internet on us, so that didn't work out. But the decimals right now are just crushing their Iron League. I haven't really changed anything since we got Kluchevsky on Monday. Lajoie, as I talked about last night, I've been saying it wrong. It is Nap Lajoie. He is French. And he continues to chug along. Bottomley still hitting home runs. Not as high a batting average for Bottomley this year as he had last year. Kluchevsky has been pretty solid for us since we got him. Everybody else is the same. Oh, we got Greg Nettles on Monday. It was the other guy we got, and he's been a little bit low on the batting average, but this is a great defensive card. He's been pretty cool. Range factor just over 2, plus 9.7 zone rating. We're getting a good 2.3, on pace for just over 3 WAR after since Monday, since Tuesday night. The other guy we got Monday was Koufax, who, guys, this card is simply filthy. He's 14-3 right now with a 275 earned run average through 21 starts. 11 strikeouts per 9 innings, just 1.8 walks per 9. I really, really don't understand how this card's only a 98. I look at the live 100 cards like the DeGrom and the Scherzer, and uh, they just don't impress me that much. This card is really, really impressive, and it has been a lot of fun to watch this guy pitch for my team every 5 games or so. He's had a rocket game already, threw me an immaculate inning, put up lots of strikeouts. He's just striking everybody out with these corner painters. This rocket game is 15 strikeouts in a game, I think. A couple shutouts, been involved in a couple shutouts for us. He's just been awesome since the minute I put him in the rotation. Okay, gotcha. Belange, gotcha. I did not know that. I appreciate it. I will try to do that going forward. I have been speaking English for 40 years now, and so I get stuck with got it. So Belanger, not Belanger, or gotcha. Belanger, got it. Okay, cool. We won't talk about him the rest of the night. So the team is second in runs scored and third in runs against, and at 85 and 33, 25 games up on our nearest opponent. So I will say that our nemesis, WallStreetWindow.com, I am not going to this website, by the way. I hate this team. They're first in the wild card right now, so we might get to play them in the division series this year instead of the championship series. If you were here Monday, our championship series game 7 was just completely heartbreaking. Strasburg in game 7 against these WallStreetWindow.com guys went 7 no-hit innings, about 6 plus a third of an inning. Went into the 7th, let up 2 runs on a Yogi Berra home run that broke the no-hitter. And then Taylor Rogers, who is no longer our closer, you may notice, got the first 2 guys out in the 9th while we were up 4-2, and then proceeded to go single walk, single grand slam, walk-off grand slam to knock us out of game 7 of the championship series. And that really, that affected my mood the rest of the day, which is kind of sad now that I say it out loud, but I was pretty upset about that. Strasburg was just lights out in that game, and to watch Taylor Rogers ruin it, and then Rogers blew like 3 saves early in the season. So we moved on to Hendricks, and Hendricks has been pretty solid ever since. Did blow a couple saves early, but he's on a pretty big streak right now, I think, of 21 save streak right now for Liam Hendricks here on this Iron Level team. So I think we made the right move, moving Rogers into middle relief. Rogers has still been pretty solid with just a 3.97 earned run average, but I didn't trust him in the closer role anymore. So with that said, let's go ahead and start moving on to the packs. I'm gonna move this just a little bit, and then I'm gonna make some room on my screen here so I can kind of track everything that's going on, and still see the chat. So let's start with pack number 1. Now's the moment of truth. We're going to see how fast these packs come out for us, because if it's taking a minute like it did last night, I'm going to be sad. Nelson Briles, guys, we just talked about him. Gold in the first pack is Zach Greinke. His bronze card is really good in those bronze tournaments. So 2 golds to start out. Kirby Yates, 88 closer. We'll look at him after we open packs, and I've been looking for bullpen upgrades. You can see up on the right side of the screen there. Bullpen upgrades are something I'm looking for, and maybe Yates will provide that. So a good first pack. We're off to a good start so far. Here's a silver. Danny Jansen. We got the Blue Jays. They're closed out already. The Jordan Luplow. The Indians are closed out. Let's see. So we're really just looking for bronzes, and like silvers and ups are what I'm going to get excited about when it comes to these collections and closing out some of these teams. There's a few bronzes that I don't have on these live collections yet, including Brent Suter, because he hates me. I said last night I'm going to go on his Twitter feed and start asking him to stop taunting me. But let's see, Stubbs is not a guy who's useful for us on the Astros. So again, in the American League, we need 1 from the Astros, 2 from the White Sox, 2 from the Rays, and 10 players from the fucking Yankees. And then there's a bunch of National League teams that we're looking to close out. So Newcomb we already have on the Braves. We've already closed out the Marlins. We don't need them. So in the National League, we're looking at the Phillies, the Rockies, Padres, Pirates, Brewers, Mets, Braves, Cardinals, Cubs, Dodgers, and Diamondbacks. They're all within striking distance tonight, but we'll see. I don't know. Let's see. Is the Cubs are one that I need, but not that card. And other than that, there's nothing interesting in that pack. So 2 golds in the first pack, and then nothing since then. Austin Hedges for the Padres. Do we need him? Hedges is a guy we need. So the Padres, that card closes the Padres out, guys. We do not need any more Padres. So 1 team closed out today already. We also got Kente Maeda, starter, 82 rated starter for the Twins. Maybe a card for gold tournaments. I don't know. I haven't looked into gold tournaments at all. So let's do this. That's the, what are the Padres in? The West? National League West, right? So I go in here, open this. We can go National League West is now 2 of 5. And that should show up on the bottom of your screen. See how cool that is? Technology is kind of wonderful. We do need some Nationals players, I think. So James Bork, I don't believe is one of them. Actually, the Nationals are closed out. So in this pack, nothing super exciting. The Red Sox are closed out. The Padres are done. So that's exciting. Already closed out 1 team. Silver, Chris Paddock. He was a guy we needed, but the Padres have already been closed out. So couple unsung heroes, 3 unsung heroes to start this one out. Austin Hayes of the Orioles, Jake Cave of the Twins. Nothing terribly useful in that pack. Willie Upshaw has been an interesting player in the Iron tournaments. I don't remember seeing Eddie Fisher in there anywhere, to be honest. A Yankee, but not one that we need. Oh, here's our first diamond of the day. It's Gleyber Torres. There's one of those Yankees that we need to start getting ready to close them out. So we're down to 9 Yankees that we need. Good pickup there. Diamondbacks, is Young one of the guys we need? He is not. So 10 packs in. We've already closed out 1 team and picked up 1 more card. We're down to 40 cards left to close out all of these live missions. Nobody in this pack is helpful. Let's see. Yeah, nobody really even to talk about in that pack. Lots of live cards. Almora Jr. is a guy that I talked about last night. One of the better center fielders in the Iron tournaments. Let's see. Don't think any of these guys help at all. I feel dirty getting excited about pulling a Yankee card. That's kind of gross. Hopefully we get excited about it a lot more tonight. Like 9 more times. Aroldis Chapman is one of the Yankees I need to close out the collection. And of course, I got him last week and promptly sold him because I really, really, really hate Aroldis Chapman. Comes a gold. Milwaukee Brewers, Brandon Woodruff is not a card we need. That's a duplicate. Mike Tyson. I honestly didn't know there was a baseball player named Mike Tyson. Interesting. Otherwise, nothing terribly useful. I want to look up Mike Tyson and see what his career was like. Mike Tyson actually had a 10-year career playing for St. Louis and the Chicago Cubs. And let's see, 27 home runs in his career, about 118 doubles, batted .241. That's news to me. Did not know that he was a guy that even existed. We do need Pirates, but not that particular Pirate. There's Lewis Thorpe. We talked about him in our opener with the Iron Tournament players. Still no players that we need there, so kind of slowed down a little. We still just got the, 3 golds now, 1 diamond. The diamond was Gleyber Torres. Still looking to get back to closing out some more teams. See the Cubs. We do need some Cubs. Norwood was one of them, so we're down to just needing 2 Cubs now. Norwood was one of the Cubs that we needed. Let's see, none of these other guys are anything that we need, so down to 39 cards we need to close these out. Cardinals, Brad Miller, not that Miller. Diamondbacks, third base, Escobar, we do not need. Hat for the Cubs, we don't need. Another quiet pack there. See, we do need some Dodgers, but not Josh Spores. Casey Kochman, we talked about last night. He's one of the better outfielders there in the Iron tournaments. Chris Davis is not a bronze card that we need. The A's are closed out. Welcome, Sebastus. Thanks for joining us. And appreciate the follow. So we're 25 packs in. I need 39 more cards to close out all of the live missions. Doesn't seem like a huge deal, but this is a free-to-play and packs-only team. So closing them out and adding some of those cards would be a lot of fun. There's some pretty cool rewards for the missions. And so I'm almost through with my first coffee. Not sure if I'm going to drink another one or move on to water. We'll see. Let's see. Is Higashik a guy that I need? He is not. Here comes a gold. Shohei Ohtani. That's a good card, but we don't need it for our collection for sure. Still looking for that 1 Astro, 2 White Sox, 2 Rays, and then 9 more Yankees for the 67 Yaz. For the Pirates, Stallings is not a guy that I need. There's no iron cards for these teams that we're trying to close out, so I'm gonna mostly ignore the iron cards. Marlins are closed out. This will be pack number 30. Here's another Lewis Thorpe. Probably have a couple of those to quick sell at the end of the night. Here comes a gold. Chris Archer for the Pirates. There's one we need. We're down to 1 Pirate that we need to close out the Pirates. Brett Anderson for the Brewers, we don't need. Brendan McKay for the Rays, we do not need. We do need 2 Rays, but McKay is not one of them. So 38 more. We're what? Just over 10% in, and we've covered 5 of our 42 cards we were looking for. So we're on track. We could do this tonight. Giants are closed out, as are the A's. Justin Wilson of the Mets, we did need. We need a lot of Mets. So we need 6 players from the Mets in order to close them up. But now we only need 5. So Wilson's a good pickup for us. So just the 1 diamond so far today. So let's see, White Sox, we do need some White Sox, but they're all silver or higher, so McCann doesn't do us any good. The White Sox we're looking for are Bummer, Anderson, Giolito, who I would love to add to my team, and Grandal, who's at 95. Giolito's a 94 this year, and Grandal's a 95. Both of them would be pretty cool cards to add. But I suspect if we get one of them, it's going to be one of the 2 silver players we're looking for. They might be the hardest team to close out today, in all honesty, is the White Sox, because we need 2, and there's only 4 cards available that I don't have off of them. And 2 of them are diamonds, so I'm not sure they're going to be very easy to close out. Of course, we need 2 Brewers, and one of them is Brent Suter. I'm starting to hate Brent Suter. Phillies. Suarez is not a player we need from the Phillies. We do just need 1 Philly to close things out, and there's a bunch of them to choose from. Everywhere from 99 rated JT Realmuto to 70 rated Velazquez, and a whole bunch of guys in between. So we are coming up on our 40th pack. And I'm starting to lose faith that I'm ever going to see Brent Suter. Carlos Santana, the Indians are closed, don't need him. So far, we've only gotten 1 of the American League cards that we need. Which, in all honesty, isn't surprising. I don't need very many to start closing these guys out. It's going to be tough. Trying to close these things out with being packs only is a little tough. Let's see, Rockies. Freeland is not a player I need from the Rockies. Bobby Bradley's been playing pretty well in iron tournaments. He was the number 2 rated first baseman on my list last night. Vic Power being number 1. Charlie Root's pretty good pitcher. Let's see, Luke Voigt. I did need him, so we're down to 8 Yankees now. And let's see, we already closed the Padres out, so not worried about them. So 2 Yankees so far today. They're the only 2 American Leaguers we've gotten. Still need 13 more American League cards to start closing stuff out. Here comes the silver, Alan Craig. Not terribly useful to us. Maybe in the silver tournaments that we're starting to run. Brock Holt, I know I don't need him. I've got plenty. Brock Holt's Jose Martinez is working out pretty good for people in the bronze tournaments. Lots of power on that card for a 69 rated first baseman. Not great defensively. I think most people are using him as designated hitters. Keep in mind when I run these tournaments, I'm running the 32 team no cap tournaments on them. So like when I run the irons, I'm running the 32 team iron tournament that is any card. So I can use historical, live, whatever. So what you see might vary if you're getting into like the live only tournaments or the historical only tournaments as well. Not a lot of luck so far today. 50 packs in now. Just one diamond. Here's a gold. Mitch Garver of the Twins, which we don't need. That is not a ray that I need. The rays are not closed out yet. The only bronzes I need in the American League are Montgomery from the Yankees and Torino from the Rays, who is my number 2 rated pitcher in the bronze tournaments. Go figure. So Suter and Torino are guys that I just can't find. Canley, is Canley a guy I need? He is not for the Yankees. 2009 Tony Gwynn Jr. That's an interesting looking card. Let's see the Reds. Pretty sure the Reds are closed. They are. Next pack. All right, we're going to open 4 more packs, and then we're going to go back to the main screen just to check on the silver tournament that's going on and see if we can't reset our bearings just a little bit. Steve Lyons has been pretty good in iron tournaments. The Reds are closed. Here's a gold snapshot. Bob Bailey 1970 snapshot card. I think my team would compete okay in gold tournaments right now. I haven't really looked at them, but I don't suspect this team. Let's see, Zamora, is that a guy I need for? That is a guy I need for the Mets. Outstanding. That'll put us down to needing 4 more Mets to close them out. Everybody else, all these other teams are already closed out. So now down to 35 more cards I need to close out these tournaments. Here's Fernando Tatis Jr. So our second diamond of the day, but we already closed the Padres out. Pretty good card. That was a great card last year. I haven't looked at the ratings on it yet this year. Brian O'Grady of the Rays, we do not need. Jock Peterson for the Dodgers. We did need him. That'll put us at 1 Dodger that we need. And who is out of the Rockies? We just got Dom Nunez for the Rockies. Not a card I need, but Peterson was a card that we needed. You know what? We're on a roll right now. Let's keep going. We're down to 1 Dodger to close them out. Ryan Roberts has been pretty good for me. I rated him my number 1 third baseman in the bronze tournaments. There are people who disagree. I'm pretty sure Lobat, if you're still in here, was one of those. And I totally understand I forget the other player that you guys like. There's a guy that's getting played all the time down there at third base in the bronze tournaments. And I know some people definitely disagreed with my Roberts assessment. I'm starting to disagree with it myself. See, that is not a card we need. Ozuna for the Braves, I do not need. Scott Alexander for the Dodgers, I do not need. So none of that is useful right now. I need to figure out a way to get my thing to pop up on the other screen. Davinsky is not a Astro that I need, unfortunately. I do need the Astros. I need one more card out of the American League West to close the whole thing out, and the Astros are being not okay to me. Here we got Drew Smiley of the Giants. The Giants are closed. Other than that, Don Slott, 1992 catcher. I used to think he had a really cool name when I was pulling his baseball cards out in the 90s. I don't know why. We are just over 60 packs in now. We've already cleared 9 of the cards. Here comes a diamond. Freddie Freeman is a card I needed for the Braves. Make it 10 of the 43 cards we needed initially. 94 rated Freddie Freeman. We now need 3 more Atlanta Braves to close them out. We need 13 American League cards and 20 National League cards. That's the second Lee Tannehill card we've seen today. Broom is not useful. I think that's 4 Lewis Thorpes today. I would trade all of my Lewis Thorpes for 1 Brent Suter. Cardinals. Halsey is not a player I need for the Cardinals. Here comes a gold. Dixie Walker, 82 rated historical all-star from 1944 for the Dodgers. So these 4 guys here, between Kiner Falefa, Kingery, Zavala, and Armenteros, would be a pretty good start for an iron level tournament team, not going to lie. Armenteros is a decent starter. 2 pretty good catchers. Zavala didn't make the top 5, but he was pretty close. Kiner Falefa, I think, was number 4 or 5. And Kingery is just a fun guy. And plays a couple positions for you, too, and provides a little bit of pop out of the middle infield. Nothing doing in that pack. Moving on, around 70 packs in. There's a gold Moustakas from the Reds. I'm pretty sure the Reds, yeah, I have the Reds closed out already, so that card doesn't help too much, other than getting me more packs later on. So you can see on the right side of my screen there, I have not picked up really any of the things we're looking for today. Outside of some of these live cards, we're doing okay on them. Joe's not a guy I need. Marte for the Diamondbacks is a guy I need. 1 more Diamondback and we'll have that team closed out. So 100 Pedro is probably not going to show up, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure he doesn't actually exist. I know I see him on the auction house every now and then, but I don't believe that's a real card. I think it's a figment of my imagination. But if I get him, then it will probably be the end of my out-of-the-park career anyway, because I'll have a heart attack and die. Looking for bullpen help. We did get 1 so far that looked interesting. We'll check on that here in a little bit. Looking for outfield help. Haven't really seen any outfield help to speak of so far for the Decimals. Here, once we get down to pack 1 to 175 packs left, we're going to go look at the Decimals real quick and then see, just to show you guys where we're at for those guys who weren't necessarily here at the start. Carrasco, the Indians are already closed out. I'm pretty sure that's a duplicate card. Mark Quinn is a good card in bronze tournaments. Not awesome defense in left field, but a pretty good bat for out there and serviceable defense. I think there are better outfield cards out there for bronze tournaments, but he's not bad. Marcus Semien. I don't think he's going to be an upgrade at shortstop for us, but could be an interesting card. Unfortunately, we don't need any more A's, and I don't think that's the only Semien. I'm pretty sure it's a duplicate for me. Couple historical cards here. Sheffield for the Mariners. Nothing else that's terribly interesting. No perfects yet through 75 or so packs. Just the 2 diamonds. Both of them were diamonds that we need, though, so can't complain too much about that. Duplantier is not a guy I need for the Diamondbacks. We do need 1 Diamondback, but he is not him. Smith is not an Astro that I need. Al Aber. And now they're hitting me with all the historical stuff. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the decimals for the people who are just showing up. They don't need a ton of help right now in the Iron Leagues. I don't think this team would compete in Perfect, probably not even be very good in Diamond at this point. But here at the lower levels, they're really good. So you can see Nap Lajoie or Lajoie up there. I'm going to get it right and be able to do it consistently eventually. I'm trying. Grote, Nelmer Flick at 1 and 2. Grote at shortstop has been pretty awesome specifically, and I don't think that Semien is an upgrade for him. Bottomley is crushing balls, a designated hitter for us. Kluchevsky is a new addition to the team this week. We got him on Monday night, and he's been pretty cool, pretty awesome. And then the rest of the team, we added Greg Nettles on Monday night as well. If you ever see the Sandy Koufax card, it goes for 60,000 or so. Well, it's up to 100,000 on the auction house now, so I'm not surprised at all. This card is just killing it for us. And he looks so much better than, honestly, most of the perfect live cards that I've seen. 4 really awesome pitches. Well, 3 awesome pitches and then a forkball. And then 126 stuff is just ludicrous. Really not even a number that should exist. And then our bullpen needs help. The bullpen's probably the weakest part of this team right now, based off of everything. Just 5th in the league and bullpen earned run average. They're crushing the league we're in. I'm going to go back to the main screen and just start it back up to catch up on the simulation. I think we probably missed one. And this team at Iron level, so they stunk the first week while we were in the opening league, and so they ended up in Rookie League, and then they stunk a little bit in Rookie League, and then we pulled Huey Jennings, who we sold for $270,000. Again, for those of you who are just showing up, all of my teams are free to play and packs only, so all I do is open packs. I'm at the mercy of the random number generator, and once we got Jennings, this team really took off. 270,000 I sold him for. During that pack opening, we got a perfect Mike Schmidt, who I then played on the team for like 5 days before I was like, I want to open more packs. So we sold him, and that's when we got Nap. Was when we got him. So I am not selling this card. This is a card that if I can build around him, I think that he's a guy who can help win at the upper levels. I don't really ever expect to win at upper levels being packs only. It's just fun. I just enjoy opening packs. And then we got Bottomley that day too, and I had no idea who Jim Bottomley was. And fun trivia fact: Jim Bottomley in the 1920s took over as the guy he's the single game record holder for runs batted in with 12. He got 12 runs batted in September of 1925 or something was what it was. I had no idea who he was. But he started crushing the ball for me. You can see last year at the Stone level, he hit 55 home runs and 188 RBIs up until Saturday, where he slacked off a little bit. He was on pace for like 60 home runs and over 200 RBIs. On pace for just 147 RBIs this year, so may have to start thinking about benching him, but not really. He's pretty cheap, only 15,000. So if you're looking to add a good bat, especially here at the lower levels, I don't know how well he's going to perform at the upper levels. But he's definitely a DH, is Jim Bottomley. He's got no defensive ratings to speak of, but you can do worse than 55 home runs and 188 RBIs for 15,000 perfect points. Kluchevsky, I don't know how much this card goes for, in all honesty. So he goes for 8,600. Not quite as well rounded as Bottomley, not quite as high top end power, but provides pretty good defense at first base. And then Nettles was the other guy we picked up. Not getting on base a lot, but giving me some power, and he's a really good defensive card. I like defense. I enjoy pitching. I like watching my team win like 4-1, which is part of the reason that Taylor Rogers blowing the championship series for us last year hurt so much, is because I try so hard to build good teams through pitching and defense, and then he just blew it. So here's what we're looking at on the collection tracker right now. So we've only gotten 2 American League players. Sorry, I know it's a spreadsheet. Nobody wants to look at spreadsheets, but just to keep you guys updated real quick on where we're at. So we've gotten 2 Yankees today, which has put us down to needing 13 American League players to get that 67 Yaz. And who doesn't want a 67 Yaz in their collection? We picked up Austin Hedges for the Padres. We picked up a couple other Padres too, but I'm not going to do things because it'll mess with my numbers. I just put this spreadsheet together in like 5 minutes. We did pick up Chris Archer to get us down to needing only 1 Pirate. We need 2 more Cubs, as we picked up Norwood, 1 more Dodger. We did pick up Justin Wilson and Zamora of the Mets, so we need 4 Mets. 8 more Yankees. The American League is within sight if we can start getting some Yankees pulled. I'd like to close out the Cardinals, maybe the Braves too. I don't know how many more we're going to get, but we've already closed 1 team out today. We're going to close them out after we're done opening packs here, and then we're going to open any other packs we get and check out the cards. I think if we can get one of these Astros, so the Astros we're looking for are Gurriel, Brantley, Altuve, Alvarez, who, believe it or not, I pulled on one of my other teams last night. Very disappointing. Roberto Osuna, Lance Bregman, and then that perfect Verlander, which, as much as I would hate to tie a perfect card to my team and not be able to sell it later on, that's what we'd do if we had to close out the thing. Here's a diamond. Cabrera, the Nationals are already closed out. Jeremy Walker for the Braves, we do not need. Not a big Cardinals fan, being that I'm a Red Sox fan, but I don't hate them as much as I did back in 2013. So there you go. See, Phillies. Arrieta is not a Philly that I need. Brent Suter still hasn't shown up. We're 80 more packs into opening packs, and Brent Suter still hasn't made an appearance for the Decimals. Abreu is not somebody that helps me. This Ernie Banks card is pretty cool in the bronze tournaments. He's been performing okay. Here's a gold. Caratini for the Cubs is not a card that I need. More historical cards. Grote's been okay in Iron tournaments from what I've seen, though not great. 2004 Mark Bellhorn. Obviously, 2004 is one of my favorite seasons. Bellhorn was fun that year. Lots of historical bronzes here. Nothing that helps us out. Still looking for that first perfect today too. So if we, who knows? Maybe we won't get one. I say first, but Calhoun for the Diamondbacks. That will close the Diamondbacks out, folks. So one more team down. The Diamondbacks are done, and we can be happy with that. With 165 left to go, we're down to 18 National League cards that we need. Just 2 in the National League West. 1 from the Dodgers. We need 1 from the Dodgers and 1 from the Rockies. There's Bregman. There's the Astros. That'll close out the American League West. Good card to do that on. Here comes a gold. Suarez for the Reds. The Reds are already closed out, but we just closed out 2 teams and 2 packs. And I'm feeling a lot better about where we're at now. That Bregman card will maybe be an upgrade at third base too. We'll see when we get a chance to take a look at it. He was a pretty awesome card last year. Here's another gold coming out. Yu Darvish for the Cubs, and that will put us within 1 of closing out the Cubs. Things are looking up right now. And my wife just brought me a coffee because she's awesome. So that was a good 2 minutes right there, guys. We're down to 29 cards we need to close all these things out. And still no Brent Suter. I'm going to cry. The Graterol is not a guy I need from the Dodgers. That was a pretty awesome run right there. Yeah, still no Suter. It's crazy. I've opened 1,000 packs with this team now. I don't have a single Brent Suter. All I want to do is put him into my bronze tournaments. McCann is not a White Sox player that I need. I do need 2 White Sox to close out the Central. Yeah, so it looks like there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 live cards on these teams that I don't have yet. There's probably a couple other live bronze cards that I don't have yet because I don't have the teams that I've already closed out showing anymore. So I imagine there's more than just those 8 bronze cards I don't have yet. But that Brent Suter is the one that's frustrating me. There's another Greinke. That's 2 Greinke's today. The Reds are closed. 2 golds in 1 pack. Joe Cunningham. There's a Cardinals for you. So, yeah, I'm sure there are on the auction house. But again, packs only. The whims of the RNG. I've sold multiple Suters on my other teams, and they only have like 90 cards. Like I've only opened like 10 or 12 packs in each of them. So I wasted all of my Suter pull on those teams. Bregman is an awesome pull to close out that National League West with, or the American League West with, I should say. I hope a perfect card's coming up. It's going to be Pedro, man. I'm going to get perfect Pedro someday, and then nobody's going to hear from me again. We are coming up on 100 packs. I've pulled a lot of perfects on this team already. Not today, obviously. I've had really, really stupid luck on this team so far. Montgomery is a Yankee I need. We're down to 7 Yankees left. I just got excited about a bronze Yankee card, guys. How bad is that? Severino's the catcher I'm running. Yeah, so I've pulled, and then so I got the Lajoie, and then I pulled another historical perfect that I sold. I forget what it was right now. Oh, it was Maddox. I pulled a perfect Maddox last week, last Thursday or Friday. I think it was last Thursday. And then he's the one, these packs are from the perfect Maddox that I sold. I opened 100 of the packs from him on Monday, which is where we got that Koufax and the Klushevsky. And then, so last night tried to open some packs and it didn't work. Is Jerko a guy I need for the Brewers? Nope. Zamora, we already got tonight for the Mets. And then that Koufax being almost 100, they're trying to tempt me into selling it, I think is what they're doing. The Marlins are closed out, so we're not worried about those cards. But I don't think I'm gonna sell that Koufax. That card is sick. Like I don't even know. Weeks is pretty good at second base in the Iron tournaments. Just over 100 packs in. So far we've gotten Bregman, we've gotten Gleyber Torres, we've got Freddie Freeman are our diamonds so far. Here's a perfect. It's DeGrom, so there's 20 more packs for us. He's already on the team, so we can either quick sell him or if somebody's interested in buying him on the auction house, but we'll probably just quick sell it. I wasted the perfect pull on you. Dexter Fowler for the Cardinals, I do not need. Here's a gold. That's a fun pack there. I don't know if it screenshots. It does. Okay, let's see. Is that this one? There it is. Cool. I didn't know the screenshot button worked. Sorry, I was testing that out. One, yeah, it had to be DeGrom. See, Shane Green, Brebbia for the Cardinals. Do I need that one? I do not need Brebbia. Is that how I say that? John Brebbia. It might be Brebbia. And green is not a Brave I need. I do need the Cardinals and the Braves. 3 of each, actually, so they're proving elusive. Jacob Raym's been pretty okay in Iron tournaments. Michael Chavis is a guy that I think you could have seen move up to silver this year. I think he was going to have a big season for the Red Sox. Twins are closed out. Reds are closed out. Wade Miley. Let me tell you a story about Wade Miley. I fucking hate Wade Miley. He was pitching for the Red Sox 6 years ago. I flew home from, is Molina? I did need Molina, so we're down to 2 Cardinals now that we need. I flew home to, I don't think I need Kalarick. I do not. I flew home to Boston from New Mexico. This is back when I was living in New Mexico. Paid a bunch of $100 for the tickets. Paid a bunch of $100 for the tickets to Pedro Martinez's number retirement ceremony, and it was awesome. I'm sitting in the right field bleachers, and Pedro comes out and gives a speech and talks for like 15 minutes too long, and I could listen to Pedro talk for hours. He's pretty much my god, and so we go out and watch his number get retired, and it's wicked cool. One of the coolest things I've ever been to besides the victory parades for my teams, right? And then Wade Miley comes out and lets up like 9,000 runs in the first inning. It was stupid. And so I got to start We Want Pedro chant for Wade Miley. And that was pretty cool. Yeah, some people do not get lucky with packs. Brousseau is not a Ray that I need. And so ever since then, I've had this irrational hatred. Well, no, you know what? I'm not going to call it irrational. I have this rational hatred for Wade Miley. I just can't stand the guy. And then he went and like won a World Series with another team or something. So fuck Wade Miley. Pavetta, we do not need. Rocky is McMahon, we do not need. $115 packs in and still no perfect Brent Suter or Pedro. These cards from the early 1900s look so cool. I hope that Marcus and the Out of the Park team are paying their artists pretty good money to do these because these cards are awesome. Kevin Pillar, he was a guy I was actually kind of excited to watch play for the Red Sox. Not the player he used to be, but still effective. And I always enjoyed watching him play defense while he was with the Blue Jays. Always seemed like, fuck you, Bucky Dent. Always seemed like he was killing the Red Sox every time they played him. I was excited to watch him for the Sox. Dylan Cease is not a White Sox card that I need. We've closed out 3 teams today. We need just 2 more cards out of the National League West. We need 2 White Sox to close out the American League Central. We're down to 27 total cards. That's not 27 missing cards, of course, because Jackson is not a Braves I need, because you don't need all of the players on these teams to close out the collections. So I do not have, I think I'm sitting somewhere around, let's see, with 15 more, I'm sitting somewhere around 195 cards left out of the whole live collection that I don't have. Fred Luderis, 1915. Let's look him up real quick. Oh, Stripling's a guy that I was looking for. That's good. That'll close. Never mind. He didn't show up there. Oh, wrong Stripling. Looking for him for my bronze tournament teams. Luderis in 1915. Sorry about that. Played for Philadelphia in 1915. Had a 315 batting average that year. Played 12 years in his career. Finished his career with 84 home runs, 251 doubles. There's nothing terribly exciting in that pat. 55 stolen bases. 16 credited caught stealings. The early 1900s are so weird with some years they have caught stealing stuff, some years they don't. Finished 27th in the MVP voting in 1911, did Luderis. I like looking up the historical cards. Riddle is not a pirate that I need. There's Alvarez. He would have closed out the Astros, but we already got Alex Bregman. Keuchel's not a White Sox player I need. Couple quiet packs here. I have gotten a few. So far, for National League cards I was looking for today, I've gotten Zamora and Wilson off the Mets, so we need 4 more Mets. I got the 94 Freeman off the Braves. I got Molina from the Molina for the Cardinals. And then I got Darvish and Norwood from the Cubs. And Peterson for the Dodgers. Calhoun and Shafin, or no, sorry, Marte off the D-backs, which closed the D-backs out. I should say the Diamondbacks out. And then we got a couple Pirates, including Chris Archer's the one that, or actually we got Archer, and then we got a bunch of Padres. So I got Hedges, Tatis Jr., the Padres are closed out. So the teams we've closed today are the Padres, the Diamondbacks, and the Astros so far. Oh, the new collection. Gotcha. No, I have not seen the Negro League collections. I haven't seen any of the Negro League uh, collect cards so far. I've I heard that was it the Gibson? Josh Gibson went for 1 million last night. I have no hope of getting one of those. Kluber pitching for the Rangers now. I think Kluber is a really interesting. I think watching him pitch in Texas this year would have been really interesting because that is a hitter's ballpark, and he's always been such an awesome pitcher. I'm curious how it would have affected him. 750K is still silly. There's Ginkle. That oh, we did already close the Diamondbacks out. Otherwise, Ginkle would have done it. Lajoie, Nap is still going for something like 450 to 500. I really don't want to sell him, but if I can't get a stupid Brent Suter card, then I might have to start thinking about it. That's a joke, by the way. I'm not going to sell Nap to try to get Brent Suter, but I'm starting to think that they forgot to install the files for Brent Suter in this particular profile. Weeders for the Cardinals, we do not need. Have not gotten a single one of the Devil Rays that I need yet. We need 2 Rays. Most of them are silvers. Oregon for the Phillies, we don't need. I mean, I love this game. I have been playing out of the park for 15 years now. I discovered it back in 2006, so 14, 15 years. Yeah. Hey, what's up, CR Buke? Not sure how to say that, but yeah. So I don't know if you just showed up, but I do packs only, so it's not getting Suter is killing me. And I know I could just go on the auction house and buy them for a couple hundred, but I really just need them to drop in one of these stupid packs. I've definitely hit the 1,000 pack mark on this team at this point, and so not getting one is just dumb. I've got them on both my other teams. It's really, really, it is, yeah, annoying is one word for it. I want him, number one, to close out the Brewers right now, and number two for my bronze tournament team. Elster's a decent shortstop down there in the bronze tournaments. And there's 2 of them in 1 pack, so you're welcome, I guess. You got to see him twice. The Rockies, I don't need Pazos. I love it. So it's really frustrating on my other teams because they haven't gotten a good drop yet. It's really slow at first because when you're just living off of the perfect points your from your players, especially early on, you're not getting anything. So, but once you get that first, if you happen to get that first perfect historical card, then it can really take off and it becomes a lot of fun. So I've had 25, 30 packs a day now for 3 weeks that I've been able to open because of the cards I've been able to sell off from going all the way back to the Huey Jennings I got 3 weeks ago. So you do have to get a little bit lucky, and I definitely have gotten lucky with this team. It's kind of a silly team 3.5 weeks in, I guess 4 weeks in now for being free to play in packs only. Brinkman is my starting shortstop for my Iron team. I do like him a lot. Perfect Tris goes for a lot too. I haven't seen that one drop. Been a while since we got a usable card. Uh, Nothing terribly fun. We do just have the one perfect so far, DeGrom. Uh, Low, Low is one of the rays that I need. That puts us within one of closing the rays out. Let's see. Nothing else here, but we're down to 10 more American League cards away from 67 Yaz. Floro for the Dodgers, I do not need. Nito for the Mets, I don't need. Yeah, Speaker sells for stupid amounts of money. I don't know that I could sell him. Kind of want to play him. Joel Youngblood, 1980 snapshot for the Giants. Brad Miller for the Cardinals, I don't need. And the Reds are closed out. So we got 3 more left till we hit the 100 mark, and then I'll bring the trusty spreadsheet back up. And you guys can take one last look before we hit the home stretch. Enrique Hernandez, that's a Dodgers. That'll close out the Dodgers, guys. Sabaka is a Brave that I need. We're down to 2 Braves. We're getting there. We're making progress. Let's see. 2 Braves closes the Dodgers out. We need one more card from the National League West. It's going to have to come from the... That's not true. Oh, the Rockies. We need a Rocky. 70 or up. We need some Colorado Rockies to start dropping. Marshall is not one of the White Sox I need. I really think that in the long run, the White Sox are going to be the team that holds me back. Al Smith plays pretty well in bronze tournaments. He's another one of those guys. He's only a 65 rated card, but plays up. Braun is not a Brewer that we need. Oh, I told you guys I was going to bring the spreadsheet back up for you. All right, so here's what we're looking at. Going into the home stretch, 99 packs left. The American League West is closed out with Lance Bregman. Not a single card, not a single useful card from the American League Central so far tonight. Those are, you can see up there, the 4 White Sox that we're looking for. Bummer, Anderson, and a Giolito and Grandal card, both of which I would love to add to my team. We need one more player from the Rays. One of them is Yonny Chirinos. There's supposed to be an S in there, but I forgot it. He's another one of those, like Brent Suter, he's a bronze live pitcher that I just can't get to fill out my bronze tournament team. So Chirinos or Suter are the 2 guys I'm really looking for here. 7 more Yankees, though. I would like to have not sold Aroldis Chapman 2 weeks ago right now because I think that would make this a little bit easier. But that's what we're looking at on the Yankees. We could still close them out. Probably not today at this point with only 100 packs left, but we'll see how things go. We need one more Philly. We need one more Rocky. We need one more Pirate. We need one more Cub, 2 more Brewers, 2 more Cardinals, 2 more Braves, and a bunch of Mets. And so that's what we're looking at right now, trying to close out these collection missions. Really, really wanted 67 Yaz today. I don't think it's going to happen. I think the White Sox and the Yankees are going to hold me back. Yeah, absolutely, man. I love this stuff. I love opening packs. This is relaxing and it's fun. And it's a lot more fun when you guys are in here talking to me, so I appreciate it. Let's get into the last 99. Wish me the best of luck. Everybody crack a beer for me or something, and we'll see how it goes. So I try to be entertaining. I could easily come on here and just open packs and let it go. I want it to be entertaining for me, so I'm the kind of video game player. You can give me a crap game and give me loot that like shines purple and gold and yellow and whatever, and I'm gonna be like Torchlight, the Torchlight games, Diablo. I love that kind of game. So this has added to Joe Kelly. The Dodgers are already closed out. Mills for the Cubs is not a Cub that I need right now. So them adding these packs, that's why I'm totally okay with just sitting here opening packs for hours on end, because I get such a rush from seeing the Diamondback or the or better yet, the perfect back. I just enjoy it, and so but it's even more fun when I get to talk to people. And I like streaming it because I'm a little bit knowledgeable on the subject too. Certainly not an expert by any means. Hendricks will close the Cubs out. That'll do it for the Cubs. And so we need just 5 more cards from the National League Central. Down to 23 cards left. I streamed Tuesday and Wednesday. I streamed Sea of Thieves with the wife, but I'm just not any good at that game. And yes sir, I only do packs. It's really luck of the draw, but I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun for me. My other 2 teams have not been as lucky as this one. Do I use most of the guys I get from collections, or just so I haven't actually closed out any of my collections so far. I will probably just use them. Specific, like I said, the one I'm going for really is the 67 Yaz, and he will definitely get used. If we close out all of them someday, maybe next week, who knows? And we get that 100 Yogi, Pro is not a Ray that I need. Then we'll probably keep him. I don't know. It kind of depends on how much they're selling for. I don't imagine that most of like the team-specific collection mission cards are going to go for all that much, because individual teams are pretty easy to fill out and close. But like the league and the division ones I haven't even looked into like how much they cost, like how much they are on the auction house. 100 Yogi broke my heart this weekend. This team was in the Game 7 of the championship series, and he hit 2 home runs, broke up a Strasburg no-hitter with a 2-run home run, and then a walk-off grand slam to knock us out of the championship series. So me and the 100 Yogi, like, I hate the Yankees. I am a Red Sox fan, so I don't like the Yankees, but a 100 Yogi Berra would definitely get played in my lineup. Let's see. Nothing useful in this pack. So we're down to 88 packs left. I would like another perfect within the next 10 packs. That's cool. The only perfect we've gotten out of 160 packs so far is DeGrom, which is a duplicate. So here comes a gold. Max Fried. We already have Max Fried. We do need 2 more Braves, but Fried is not one of them. Here's a silver. Gurriel would have closed the Astros out, but we've already done that. I want to say, I don't know what I think the reward for the American League West is a really good card. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but I think it's a pretty good diamond. Page, is that a new page? The new page from last night that's 100, or is that one that's already been in? Yeah, so I haven't seen a single one of the Negro League cards from last night. Might have had better luck with them if the internet had worked for me last night. It tried to open these packs last night, but the internet said, no, we're not going to let you do that. It was taking like 45 seconds for each pack to open. Walker for the Braves is not a card that I need. Yeah, I probably won't finish that collection if I had to guess. I hope that's a pretty good reward card. Reyes for the Cardinals, I do not need. 80 packs left, and then we'll see. You know, I'll probably just quick sell that that DeGrom and open 20 more packs when we're done. I think I only got 2 Negro League cards in all of Out of the Park 20. The gold, another Max Fried. Free perfect points. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see them ever. Tia is not a brewer that I need. A bunch of Marty Kavanaugh. I think all of the special edition cards, because I haven't even seen like a here's a perfect Arenado. I believe Arenado will close out the Rockies. That's another team closed out. Way to go with that. We got 200s now. We got a DeGrom and an Arenado, and I think the Arenado card is a pretty good one at third base too. Excellent defensive ratings on that one, I think. Should be anyway. So that we may finally have an upgrade on our third baseman. That will finish the National League West as well. So our collection for the National League West is done. As we get a couple historical golds here that aren't even exciting at this point. We got Bob Cerv and Andre Thornton, 1978 and 1958. We're down to 22 cards for the entire collection, for all of the collection. Frazier for the Pirates. We'll close the Pirates out. There we go. Done with the Pirates. We're down to 10 American League cards and 11 National League cards is all we need now. Here as we head into the last 75. Yankees are still giving me fits. We still need 7 Yankees. I always get excited when I see the perfect backs. I've never seen back-to-back perfects, but yeah, you never know. I would be happy about that. I'd love to see another Maddox tonight, or a maybe a Cy. I'm not asking for much, just something I can sell for a couple 100,000 perfect points. Obviously, perfect Pedro would not get sold. So with 70 packs left, we haven't seen perfect Pedro. I haven't even gotten a diamond outfielder, I don't think. As far as what you're seeing on the right side of the screen, some bullpen arms, may have some upgrades in the bullpen. We've closed out some live teams, so good stuff there. I have not seen a single one of the bronze tourney cards, the bronze tournament cards I'm looking for. Here comes another gold. Harrison Bader. I think I've already got him for the Cardinals. We do not. That's our first Harrison Bader, and we're down to 1 Cardinal left that we need. So that puts us at 10 and 10. 10 American League cards, 10 National League cards to close out these collections. I have seen the Stripling. Haven't seen Belanger yet. Ferguson, Harlan Clift, 91 historical all-star. Let's look that guy up. That's a pretty cool looking card. Harlon Clift. As we continue, that is what, 1937. I spelt it wrong. (1937), 13th in the MVP voting that year. He was an all-star. Walked a whole bunch of times in his career. Led the league in 1939 in walks. Braun is not a card that I need, and neither are the other two. 1937, he had 36 doubles, 7 triples, and 29 home runs. Pretty good power for a guy in the mid-1930s. 20, 29, 34 home runs, and 38. Played for 12 years with the Browns and Washington. And none of those guys are anybody that we need. 1,000 walks in his career to only 713 strikeouts. So that's something you're not going to see a lot of these days, is guys with more walks than strikeouts. So that's an interesting card. I don't know if he'll slot in. Well, no, he's probably definitely not going to be our third baseman, since, you know, we just pulled Arenado, but still a pretty neat looking card. Carlos Martinez of the Cardinals. That will close out the Cardinals. There we go, one more team down. Outstanding. We're down to the White Sox, the Rays, and the Yankees, and the Phillies, the Brewers, the Mets, the Braves, and that's it. Yeah, the packs are good today. I like it. We had a little bit of time there. In the middle is Heller. That's not a Yankee card that I need. Barnes for the Dodgers are closed, so we don't have to worry about them. I still can't get Brent Suter. It's kind of annoying. Birdie was a pirate I needed before the day, but they're already closed out. Another gold. Lots of gold today. Diamondbacks are already closed. We did get the last two bronze Diamondbacks that we needed. So running out of bronze cards to open up. Here comes a silver, not a useful silver. Down to our last 60. Pretty excited for adding Arenado to the lineup here when this is over. Claudio is not the bronze Brewer pitcher I need. Here's a diamond. There's Chapman. We got another Yankee. That Chapman will not get sold, unfortunately. If you haven't heard me say it before, I really dislike Aroldis Chapman. But that puts us at 6 Yankees left, so I'm not going to complain about this one. Here's another gold. Goodness gracious, Aaron Nola will close the Phillies out. We're down to 6 teams left, I believe. The Braves, the Mets, and the Brewers in the National League. And the White Sox, the Rays, and the Yankees in the American League. We're down to 17 total cards that I need to close out the collection missions on this free-to-play, packs-only team. We're going to have a lot of Bobby Bradleys to quick sell at the end of the night, I think. I do not auto sell my irons yet. I will probably start doing that later on in the season. And the only reason being is because some of those historical irons can be worth a couple hundred. Which I guess when you're opening hundreds of packs, a couple hundred perfect points isn't that big of a deal, but I mean, people are looking for them, so kind of quiet couple packs there. So the toughest team, I don't have a single White Sox tonight yet. I think they're the only ones that I haven't gotten a single card, usable card from. And then the Braves are going to be all silvers. We need 4 more Mets. We're down to our last 50 packs. Cardinals are closed. Would have figured I would have gotten one more of these Rays cards, at least by accident by now. Pollock for the Dodgers, they're closed. He would have been, he is a new card for me, but they're already closed as well. So there's a lot of Silver Rays cards that I would have thought I would have seen by now, but they're just not popping right now. I'd like to close them out. Here's a diamond. Oh, here we go. Here's our first Negro League card, Ray Dandridge, third baseman. Thank you for the tip. I did not know you could hover over the cards to see the ratings. I've been opening packs for 2 years, and yeah, I didn't know you could do this. That is a cool looking card. Really good contact. Can you click on it and pull it up? How does that work? It looks like you can click on it. Oh, you click on it and it stays up. Awesome defense right there. That's a pretty cool looking card right there. So our first Negro League card is a good one. I may have broke the game by clicking on it. Good stuff today, guys. Hey, thanks for sitting here and chatting with me too, because it makes it a lot more fun. That Higuera card is pretty cool. I love that old Brewers logo. Oh, speaking of which, I wanted to bring this up today. So we got, what, 7 people in here right now? If you're not already watching it, the guys at, they call it, I just discovered it yesterday, Dorktown, I guess is what they call it, over on SB Nation, are doing a 6-part series on the history of the Seattle Mariners. And let me tell you guys, you're like, oh, the Seattle Mariners, whatever, they're kind of whatever. Kimbrel, the Cubs are already close, so that's not helpful. I've watched the first part and then part of the second half, and my goodness, is this documentary entertaining. It has been, I don't want to spoil anything because I really think you guys should go watch it, but it's hilarious, and the Mariners have, what a weird history they have. But I definitely think that you should go check it out. So SB Nation, Yorktown, John Boyce, Bois is the name of the guy who ran it. And then he's got another guy with him, but that's the name I remember off the top of my head. Definitely check it out though, especially if you're into like the history of baseball and stuff like that, like I am. I was watching it earlier today and I was cracking up at some of the things that have gone on. I'm in the early 90s right now, and it's so funny. All right. I'm going to leave the screen for just a second. I'm going to grab Coke. So our last 40 packs. Yeah, so I'm gonna look into the Dorktowns more. Like I said, I just discovered them yesterday. I saw it posted on a website that I frequent, and clicked on it. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be dumb. It's just a YouTube video," but it was awesome. I'm really, it's like 3 total hours is what it's gonna be. I think they've dropped 3 of their 6, 3 of their 6 videos on it so far, and it's so good. Yeah, I think I've got some catching up to do. There it is, guys. Brent Suter. We got him. We got our man. 66 rated Brent Suter. Woo! I can now maybe win some bronze tournaments more often. Let's mark him off before I forget. I still need another brewer to close the brewers out. How dumb is that? We finally, after like 1,100 packs, got our Brent Suter. And it happened while I was drinking a Coke. I couldn't even react right. So we got Brent Suter today. Surely we can get Perfect Pedro too, right? I mean, they got to show up the same amount of times. Yeah, or Perfect Josh Gibson. Josh Gibson would probably get sold. If I'm being honest, there's another Ozuna. Perfect Pedro would not get sold, which is kind of the opposite of what I normally do because I like to keep the batters. I'll sell the pitchers more often. Like I just sold Maddox this weekend. Renfroe closes out the Rays. That's another team closed out. We're down to 2 American League teams that we need to close out. One of them, of course, is the Yankees. We still need 6 cards, so the chances of that are not great today. The other one's the White Sox, and I don't know what's going on there. They must not have a lot of players because I only have 4 more White Sox cards available. I think the White Sox are a team that could have competed in the Central with health this year, but they don't have a lot of depth. I think their top end's really good, and Giolito. I really enjoy watching Lucas Giolito pitch. I think the things I'm most unhappy about right now with the coronavirus are I'm missing the NHL playoffs and I'm missing out on a year of Mike Trout and some of these really good young pitchers so I love pitching. I like watching pitching duels. I love the 2-1, 1-0 games. And then so you got Giolito is awesome. Jack Flaherty is a blast to watch. All these young pitchers that we're missing out on a year of right now makes me really sad. But really, and someday, 30, 40, 50 years from now, people are going to say Mike Trout was the best baseball player ever. And we're missing out on a year of him too. And that makes me really sad. And I hope they get back to playing this summer. Obviously, health of everybody is way more important than baseball in the grand scheme of things. But I think that we're missing out. Wilson is a Brave that we need. That'll put us down to just needing 1 Atlanta Brave. It would be cool to close the Braves out with Acuna Jr. Yeah, the same thing, absolutely the same thing happened back in World War II. So I totally agree. You know, Ted Williams, just a bunch of guys missed time because of World War II. But it also wasn't like World War II was a bigger deal than the coronavirus. Let's just be totally honest out there. Not to get political or anything like that. And I'm not I'm sitting in my house. I don't leave my house. I think I'm high risk, and the coronavirus is really scary uh, to me and to my family. But uh, the whole league's shut down now too. So from a baseball fan standpoint, to lose a year of the entire league, it's tough. It's really tough. Holder is not a Yankee that I need. Later, man. I appreciate you hanging out. Um, Hopefully, we'll see you next week while we stream. I'll have more packs, and then my silver players. So I'm trying to get as much data on them right now as possible. Here's a perfect. Who is it? Tris Speaker. There he is, guys. What a night! Holy smokes! Are you serious? Wow! That was unexpected. I did not expect that. Uh, Now my hair is a mess. Let's screenshot that guy to throw up on the Discord chat later. 108, 101, 86, 91. That's a stupid card. I think my team might eventually be able to compete at the diamond level, maybe. That card is amazing. Holy cow. And there's nobody else useful in this pack, guys. What a disappointing pack. That doesn't even close out any teams for us. 900K, huh? 1 million? That's tempting. Mazzara is not a White Sox player that I need. Pirates. Keller is not a pirate that I need. Shaking a little right now. That card, that was pretty cool. We might see. Opening 1,000 packs would be kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know that this team's gonna have a reason to open 1,000 packs after tonight. Wow. Seriously, what did I have? 25 left? That's pretty cool. So we got 3 perfects. We got a pretty awesome Jacob deGrom card. We got a kick-ass Nolan Arenado card, and then hey, Michael Givens. He's a guy I've been looking for to close out my bronze tournament team. And then how disappointing is it to get Tris Speaker as our 3rd perfect, guys? That's ruined my entire day. That's pretty cool. No Pedro yet. No Pedro yet. Everybody should post no Pedro. Stupid day. We'll see what happens. Gant, is he a Cardinal that I need? No, Cardinals are closed. Pirates, I don't need Riddle. Crazy stuff. And we got Brent Suter. Kane for the Brewers. Kane will close out the Brewers. That closes out the National League Central. Lorenzo Kane does. So, making progress. We're down to 5 National League cards that we need to close out the entire National League collection. I did not think we were going to end the day needing less National League cards. Yeah, I think that I would get a lot more joy out of opening a perfect Pedro than out of buying him, to be honest. Uh, what do you mean when it comes to strategy? As far as like player strategy or putting together a team or what? Here's a diamond. Tommy John, 93. So we've got a bunch of historical diamonds now too. That could be a nice starting card. These packs are kicking ass right now. I didn't even screenshot the Tommy John. That Tris Speaker has left me speechless. So as far as putting together a team, Corey Oswald's a pretty good starter in the Iron tournaments. Uh, for now, I am at the Iron level, so I just kind of throw the team together and then open packs. I like contact and speed out of my 1 and 2 spots, obviously. Probably the only thing that I would say that I do strategy differently than other people is I don't mind having light hitting guys in the bottom, but the fastest one's going to be my number 9 hitter. Um, I do set my guys to steal a lot. My speedy guys, I am aggressive on the bases with my guys. Black is not a brewer that I need. The brewers are closed out though. Nobody else in here. Uh, I like to have a mix of dudes. When I'm putting my tournaments together though, so I like defense. You know, you can go back and watch all the videos that I have on Twitch, and I preach pitching and defense. And so a lot of the tournaments that I lose um, is because my teams are all pitching. Like I'll lose a lot of games 2-1, and like I'll get swept in a tournament when my team scores 4 runs. But man, my defense played great. um, so sometimes you catch lightning in a bottle. As far as global strategy, uh, I set my starters up to pitch around people, especially if I have guys with good control. Some of these other guys in here probably have a little bit better input as far as strategy for you. I open packs and I have fun opening packs and putting stuff together. But I do have my pitchers pitch around people. I think it avoids contact a little bit. It was a useful strategy in Out of the Park 20. I found it's a useful strategy so far this year, but I do set my individual players specifically, especially like pitch counts, because I don't want to set my whole pitching staff to 110 pitches, because I might want, you know, Strasburg to go 120 and Guzman to go 100 instead, based off of whatever their stamina, and that's just throwing stuff off the top of my head. Um, I'm going to get a little bit more into strategy probably this week, now that my team's going to move up to the bronze level where the teams are going to be better and it's going to take a little bit more strategy. I haven't had to pay too much attention to it because before I opened Huey Jennings on Discord, I'm Malivian in the Discord chat. Malivion. I have a Discord page. You can see the link there, and you can join me in there if you want to find me to message me. Or you can find these other guys on Discord too. Myers doesn't help. He would have earlier, but not now. We're down to 6 packs left. We need 13 cards to close these things out. It would take a pretty incredible stroke of luck to do that. Rookie sensation Jeff Bagwell. There's another diamond. Will Smith of the Dodgers. He was a Dodger that we needed, but the Dodgers are closed. So the Cardinals are closed. We're down to the Braves and the Mets in the National League. And we're down to the Yankees and the White Sox in the American League right now. We would probably accomplish that if we sold Tris Speaker, but I don't think I'm going to do that, guys. Not unless I get really desperate. Bill Koch's a pretty good bronze card, bronze reliever in the bronze tournaments too. And 3 packs left, and then we'll go turn in all of these missions. Then Alvarado, arrays are closed, so meh. Here's another diamond. Chris Bryant for the Cubs. The Cubs I've already closed out. Bryant was a new card. So super hot packs today though. Here we go, last pack. Pedro's going to be in here, right? There is no Pedro coming out of this pack. All right, let us go. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the start screen and come back into the game. So that was some fun packs today, guys. Team is now 87 and 33. I don't think they got worse today. I think they're on a winning streak. No, they lost a game. Went like 4-1 while we were in there opening packs. Just won 11-2. The last game was 11-2. I'm guessing it was Oswalt pitching. Oswalt with a complete game, guys. This is a 90 rated card. This Roy Oswalt, and he's just so good. He threw a no-hitter for me. He's thrown up some 15 strikeout games, lots of 10 strikeout games. And he's just really good for whatever reason. So if you're looking for a card that is affordable and effective, he goes for about 8,500. So he's not super expensive like some of those other cards out there, but that's a pretty good card too. Trish Speaker isn't even activated right now. Go ahead and deactivate all of these not gold cards real quick. Then we'll turn the missions in and see what we get. I think I may be mistaken, but I think I get some diamond packs for turning in the like the division collections. We'll see in a minute. That should be enough. Let's deactivate them. Using with 125. Only display inactive cards. DeGrom, how much are you going for? DeGrom, 23. You're probably going to be a quick sell. Going to activate Speaker. Going to activate all of these diamonds that we just got. So this team just became good. Yeah, I do like the control heavy pitchers. I talked a little bit about it earlier. Last year, especially my relievers, I like movement a lot more. I think the movement avoiding home runs, but I'm leaning more towards control and stuff this year now. I think that it's I don't know if they changed their algorithms or how they did that. So Arenado is only a 94 defensively, so I'm a little surprised at that. I actually think the Dandridge card, that's a sick looking card too. 900,000. Oy. I will think about it. For now, he's taking over for George Springer. You can play for years and not get a better drop than Trish Speaker, so I'm going to go ahead and put him into our lineup. He's going to bat not 8th either. LaJoy can bat 2nd. Flick can move down here somewhere. Yeah, I'm going to deal with this stuff later. I just want to get Speaker some at-bats. Maybe stinks. If he goes like 2 for 25, then we'll sell him. Like I did with Schmidt. I only had Schmidt for like 3 days. I'm like, this is a cool looking card. And then he batted like 220. I was like, you know what? Fuck you, Mike Schmidt. I'm selling you. Yeah, that Speaker card is gross. 108, 112 gap power, 101 power, 86 I, 93 point Ks, 102 stealing, and 91 speed. That card's dumb. If this was If this was an MMORPG, this is a card that would probably get gimped. They would have to patch this guy. That card is silly. So let's go turn in some of these collections. Missions. Let's see. Let's download now. Let's see how he did. Nerf Triss Speaker. Just warn me first so I can sell him for 1,000,000 perfect points. He didn't hit any home runs in his first game, guys. I don't know if we got him in time. No, he was in here. 2 for 4. Runs scored, 3 RBIs. Most disappointing debut ever. Just a double. That's not how you stay on the team, Triss Speaker. All right, let's start. Let's turn some of these things in. So we're gonna start with the Mariners. We're gonna get a special edition Jay Buhner out of it. Let's see. Please select the cards. Okay, so I haven't done this yet this year, so I'm not 100% sure how this works. And so they're selected, so we should just be able to hit submit now. So Buhner's an 82. Submit, and it worked. Okay, cool. Easy enough. Completed and submitted. The Mariners are done. Let's start with the American League West. We're going to do this with some semblance of order. So we're going to start with the AL West, who is done and completed. Nice looking Wally Joyner card here for completing the Angels. And we don't have to lock anybody higher than a 65 to our team because the Angels kind of suck. No Mike Trout yet, but I think I'm okay with that. I don't need him in center field now. Let's see. Who else is in the American League West? We've got the Rangers out there. 84, 2011, Ian Kinsler. That was a good year for Ian Kinsler. The highest we're going to have to do here is a 72, so no qualms about that. We'll finish the Rangers. All right, the Rangers are done. We got the Astros, the A's. Let's do the A's, and then we'll do the Astros since they were the last one. 91 rated Eddie Plank. See, he does not give me the ratings when I scroll over him here. That's a cool looking card though. We don't have any of the Diamond 8. Oh, we do have Chapman. I've seen a couple Chapmans pop up. We're not going to lock him to the team, thankfully. And we'll go ahead and submit the A's and pick up Eddie Plank. Excuse me. And then we'll do the Astros last for the American League West. Let's see. We don't even have to lock Bregman to the team, guys. We got enough Astros today that we don't have to lock Bregman. We did not get perfect Verlander. Well, let's submit the Astros. This Jeff Bagwell card for a 97 overall has got to be pretty sick. I'm going to go check that card out because I have a feeling that's a really sick card. 97 Bagwell. 99, 113. Holy smokes. Yeah, that card is filthy. How much does he sell for? Sells for 20. So he might take over for Klichevsky. In fact, let's just go ahead and do that. I like that Klichevsky card, but that Bagwell is just kind of really good. And then we're going to go ahead and drop Rendon. I do like Nettles for his defense, but Arenado is going to come up. For now, Arenado is going to come up. Bagwell is going to play first. Nettles is going to move to our backup. Well, no, Nettles is going to stay our starting third baseman. I do like Nettles. We'll see about the rest of this stuff. Do not slot Nolan Arenado in on your team at all of your backup infield positions. That's a bad idea. This is temporary, and I am not leaving it this way. Just so we're all very clear on that. This is a temporary roster move. So yeah, that Bagwell, yeah, that's cool. So let's go turn in the AL West mission. Live cards, all AL West. Done, 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 done. 92 Ichiro and a pack of some sort. It is a, let's see, gives me a gold pack. So it's not a diamond pack, it's a gold pack. We can live with that. We'll open those here in just a few minutes. Let's do the American League. Now, the Central is not done. Let's do the National League West next. So I wish, is there a way to show only incomplete? There we go. Perfect. Let's do the National League West next. We'll start with the Giants. And the reward is a special edition Jeff Kent. I feel like there's Giants that probably could have been a better reward than that, but when there's no good cards on the team that you have to get to close it out, I guess I understand. So that's the end of the Giants. We don't want to close the Indians out just yet. We'll move on to the Los Angeles Dodgers. This is a 4-star one. 96 Duke Snider, center field. I'm not sure he's going to cut it in center field for us. We do have to lock a Jock Peterson and a Justin Turner. Walker Buehler, it's cool. A Duke Snider card's probably pretty good. Yeah, the team's gotten a little bit. They were pretty good, but before today started. There's some bullpen arms I'm gonna look at too that we opened today. Let's see the D-backs. We completed the D-backs. This was completed today. 95 Randy Johnson Special Edition. That's a cool looking card. And we don't even have to lock a gold to our team here. I want to check that card out real quick before we go to other stuff. Duke can yeah, I'll look into Duke. So Duke's 91 107. I have I've got Bottomley right now DHing for me. I really like this Jim Bottomley card, but the Duke at 91 107. I think I'm going to stick with Bottomley for now. I do like Snyder probably gives me a little bit where he can. Well, he's not even great defensively, but this Bottomley card, guys, is awesome. I love this Jim Bottomley card. That Randy Johnson at 113 80 68. That card is dumb. With 5 pitches, 6 pitches. That looks really similar to the less control, but it's really similar to that 100 Maddox. I think he's actually got one more quality pitch. Maddox got 6 good pitches, but I don't think Maddox's 5th and 6th pitches are quite this high. That's a pretty cool looking card, that Randy Johnson. And we'll probably slot in somewhere in our rotation. So we'll see. No, that's not where I wanted to go. Close out the rest of the National League West now. We've got the Padres. Trevor Hoffman. Dave Winfield. 91 rated Dave Winfield for the Padres. Close them out. Say okay. Minimize the Blue Jays. And there should be the Rockies. One more team. There we go. One more team in the National League West. A 3-star is Troy Tulowitzki, which before today would have been a pretty cool card. And that'll close out the National League West. Live cards, National League West, 5-star. It's a 93 rated Mel Ott right fielder and a gold pack for them. Yeah, that big unit card looks awesome. Let's see, what else do we close out? So we close out the National League Central. So let's do the National League Central teams next. We'll start with the Reds. 89 rated Bucky Walters. Pretty cool stuff there. The Cubs, we'll do the Cubs next. This is a 4-star pack. Billy Williams, 95 rated Billy Williams. We do not, man, I'm doing this without even having to lock any good cards in my team and not be able to sell them later for packs. This team is just killing it this year. The Pirates will be next. Just a Jason Kendall. Diamond Jason Kendall card. We'll submit the Pirates. And our other NL Central teams are the Brewers and the Cardinals. So the Brewers are a 3-star team. We got Mike Caldwell for them. And we've got Cardinals. Cardinals also a 3-star team. Adam Wainwright, 2013. That was a good year for Adam Wainwright. That will be the end of the National League Central. 96 rated Ralph Kiner. I bet that's a pretty spiffy card. So let's go check that card out real quick. Feel like that card's probably pretty cool. 88, 128. Jeepers. That might be my new designated hitter. Man, 128 power. In left field, somebody's going to have to go for him. Oh, probably Beals-Becker is going to have to go for him. So, yeah. So that's all of the divisions we closed out. We'll go ahead and turn in our National League Central cards. We got the Indians. We're going to get a nice Al Rosen card for them. We got the Royals, Brett Saberhagen, 80 rated Brett Saberhagen. Orioles give us an 80 rated Harold Baines. Figures the Orioles would give us a crummy card because the Orioles are just not a good team. Made for DH. Sounds like a fun collection. We'll look at that in a minute. So the Nationals give us Andres Galarraga. What a cool card. Expos. I haven't seen many Expos cards drop, to be totally honest. I don't know if they have too many of them in the game. But that's a cool card. We got the Twins. Gives us a 93 rated Joe Nathan, which is cool. We need some bullpen arms. Hopefully that's a cool card. The Blue Jays give us a different Juan Guzman than the one we have. I'm running the 93 Juan Guzman out there right now. Tigers give us a Cecil Fielder. The Red Sox give us a 85 rated Jason Varitek. The Rays give us a 91 rated Longoria. That's a cool looking card. And the Marlins give us a Mike Lowell. The Phillies, we get Chuck Klein out of the Phillies. A 93 rated right fielder. And we get packs from the Cuban Iron. Let's see. So 4 packs for those 4. We're not going to turn them in just yet. Standard packs for now. We'll do those maybe next time. So we're running out of missions to complete. So there's some cool missions in here though. So like we've got made for DH 1 and then made for DH outfield down here. You get 2 standard packs for that one. End of an era. Which one's that? Oh, they're all Washington Senators cards. These are pretty cool. Probably not a collection I'm going to be able to complete. That would take some luck. So this was the one we were going for today. We came close. We did not finish the American League Central. We didn't get a single White Sox card today that could help out of 275 packs. My brain is mush now. So we needed either Bummer, Anderson, Giolito, or Grandal from the White Sox. And we could have gotten Yaz. Or not Yaz. We still need 6 Yankees, too. There's a whole bunch of them we can do. Maybe we'll sell Tris Speaker. No, probably not. I don't think we're going to do that. We'll have some more packs early next week, though. I got a bunch of cards we can sell to get packs. So we got the live cards completed. The Yogi Berra would have been cool. really close to the National League. We just need 1 player from the Braves and 4 players from the Mets to close out the National League. And so that's where we're sitting right now. We're going to open these last few gold packs and then go, what is complete shoes? I'm guessing they steal bases or something. I don't know what complete shoes means. Concrete shoes. Oh, they're really slow. Read. You can read at some point in your life. Nolan's no-nos. I got some guys that are in this. This is a cool collection here. All players that Nolan Ryan pitched no hitters against. Need 25 out of the 46. We're at 10. So maybe next time we open a lot of packs, we'll start looking more at some of these ones. These ones, some of them are tough, man. Softball Smash. We're at 2 of 11 for this one. Nuclear Power, that's the Simpsons one that I've heard so much about, isn't it? With all these guys that were on that Simpsons episode. Mordecai Brown, that's a cool card. All right. See, so I don't need Bregman at third base because we've got Arenado there. Chapman, that's some filthy stuff. Let's go ahead and get Kenley Jansen out of there and put. I really, really don't want to put Chapman in. I'm going to use Randy Johnson out of the bullpen. Tommy John, not a lot of stuff. Good control, though. Joe Nathan, whoa. Whoa. That card's kind of badass. That is going to replace, we're going to finally get rid of Taylor Rogers. Where'd you go? Where did you go? That card's pretty awesome. We can probably get Chris Sale out of here with one of these guys too. Planks at 87, 80, 80, 91 rated card. Chapman, I should probably replace Sale with Chapman. I don't like Chapman. I don't want to put him in my team. It'll make me feel really dirty. Yeah, Ray can play too. 88,000, so we're going to think about that. Really good defense over there at third. I'm pretty happy, honestly, with Greg Nettles over there. Although Dandridge would be a good number 2 hitter, probably. With some speed, some stealing, the ability to run, good defense, multiple positions too, which Nettles doesn't give us. Arenado doesn't really give us that either. So we're gonna think about that. We're gonna sit on Dandridge for a little bit. Ichiro in right field. 121 defense in right field. I'm sorry, Bills Becker, but you can't play for us anymore. Ichiro. Yeah, I'm not gonna sell Dandridge for now. Let's see. Kiner. Not good defense in left field, but man, that bat, hard to say no to that. The Flick is our number 2, was our number 2 hitter. 77, 82, 78 defense. Zuna's kind of our backup. I think I'm going to drop Ozuna and put Kiner in. And for now, let's see. We want backup catcher. Sanchez is not going to be it. Oh well. We got Kendall. We got Will Smith's a 90 rated catcher now. That's pretty cool. 90 rated Jason Kendall. Can we do that over Steve O'Neill? Yeah, let's drop Steve O'Neill and put Jason Kendall in as our backup catcher. Let's see. So we've got, what do we got left? We got 2 golds on offense. Dick Grote, who's a pretty awesome leadoff hitter for us. Not a ton of speed to speak of. And I don't think, well, I got Gleyber Torres, but I'm not putting him in, and he's not very good at defense. 91 rated Tulo, really good defense. This is a pretty sick card too. 61 and 83. I think we're going to go ahead and bring Tulo up and put Grote on the bench. We got Tatis Jr. too. Not good defense there, though. I don't like shortstops that don't play good defense. I am pretty biased against them. Oh, and we got Duke Snider. I forgot about Duke Snider. Like 77, 82, 62. Snider's at 91, 107, 65. Okay, fine. Fine. Man, I really need to upgrade my bullpen. I'm going to go with Tommy John instead of Chris Sale. Excuse me. Oh, we got this Mel Ott and this Chuck Klein too. Mel Ott. This Mel Ott is the special edition. He's only 6,700, so he came out of a team collection. So he's pretty cheap. I think we're good. Eddie Plank at 87, 80, and 80. Maybe better than Presley in the bullpen. I haven't seen too many of these relief pitchers that have like the crazy stuff like Chapman. I really don't want to put Chapman in. Multiple reasons for that, not least of which is his lack of control. But I think we're going to call that good. We got 8 minutes to finish getting this team set up. So, yeah, we got to set the bullpen up. So I'm going to make Joe Nathan our closer, I think. No, you know what? What do you think? Should I let Hendricks finish the season out? He's been pitching really well. I'm going to let him keep working on his save streak. We're going to take Presley and move Presley to middle relief. Oh, yeah, I need to get that plank in. Thank you. Set up there. We're going to submit that real quick, even though we're not done with it. Where'd he go? Eddie Plank right here, 87, 80, and 80. We're going to drop no, not Strasburg. I'm going to drop Presley, I think. Yeah, we're going to drop Presley and get Plank in the bullpen. Eddie Plank will be I think I want to get Guzman out of here too. Guzman was good for a little while. He's got really awesome stuff. His control isn't great. I really don't know who I'd replace him with at this point. I'm going to slow roll. Well, maybe Wainwright. That Wainwright card's kind of sick too. We'll just stick with it for now. Yeah, I'm going to leave Hendricks there since he's working. Nathan's going to take over in that setup role. That's a lot of left-hand bullpen arms right there. I think I'm going to take Perodosky off as good. He's been pretty good for us. But I kind of want another right-hand arm back there in the bullpen, but I don't really have anybody else to put in there. What's Wainwright? He throws right 74, 80, and 88. Perodosky 73, 90, and 70. Yeah. Get Wainwright into the bullpen and have another right-handed arm. That was a lot of lefties. Plank's going to be my left-handed setup guy. Tommy John will be middle relief. Randy Johnson will be, here's going to be middle relief for now. And Wainwright's going to be middle relief. This is kind of a gross pitching staff. I like Flaherty. But the only thing I don't like about him is he's got really, really low movement. I do like his control and his stuff, and I lean more towards control and stuff this year. But a 58 movement's kind of low too. I think the Wainwright card is just a little bit better. It's a little bit more well-rounded. Flaherty does have 4 really good pitches. I haven't looked at the Wainwright that closely, so I'll keep an eye on it. We'll see how the Wainwright does. I could see that Flaherty performing just a little bit better based off of his pitch ratings, but I do like the movement and control of the Wainwright just a little bit better than that Flaherty. Again, I love Jack Flaherty, and as a not Cardinals fan, that's saying something. But I think he's gonna. I'm really sad we don't get to watch him pitch this year. Hendricks is gonna stay. Hendricks is working. He's been awesome. He's still got, what's he sitting at now? Still just 21, so he didn't get a save in his last game, but he's crushing it in the bullpen for us. I've just got everybody set to normal usage right now. I do not want Juan Guzman being our high leverage guy. Let's make that Plank for now. And then we'll see. So I'm going to see how the strikeouts per 9 and stuff go. I think I'm going to make Nathan my stopper for now. And then Plank's going to be a 7th or later guy. But that's a pretty gross bullpen. Not going to lie. I'd like to replace DeGrom. Not with Flaherty. I don't really have anyone to replace DeGrom with right now, so we're just going to leave him. Let's submit that team. There's 3 minutes left. I don't like forgetting to submit my team. I know it does it automatically, but and then over here, Jason Kendall's taking over as our backup. He's going to play. I have my catcher play every 3rd or 4th game just to make sure. For some reason, the computer seems to let catchers get tired more often than other players. Arenado is not going to back up every position. He's going to back somebody up, just not everybody. Tulo is going to take over as our starting shortstop. Well, maybe Arenado is going to back up everybody. I don't know what he trains to. It doesn't look like he's going to train to second base and shortstop very well. So we might have to make some changes. I do have a lot of outfielders right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I do have an extra designated hitter because, well, I don't know. Ichiro is going to be our starting right fielder, though. I do know that. And he's also going to lead off. How about a 1-2 of Ichiro and Nap? Speaker batting 3rd. I can't very well take Bottomley out of the lineup after talking him up so much the last few weeks, you know. But Kiner is kind of sick at 88 and 128. 128 power, 73 I. I might have to put Bottomley on the bench and pull up a middle infielder. I think Kiner's going to take over as our DH, guys. I'm going to wait till the end of the season. I'm going to wait till Sunday to do that. We're going to see how the rest of this week goes. Kiner's going to play some. He's going to back up some Bryce Harper. I'm going to leave Bryce Harper in left just because he is good defensively. So we'll see how that goes. Harper's probably the first guy to go to the bench. Duke Snyder's going to back up Tris Speaker in the outfield. And for now, for temporary measures, Arenado is going to be our backup infielder. Let's see. As far as lineup, Tris Speaker is our number 3 hitter. He's the best all-around hitter. I'm going to put Bagwell just behind Bottomley, I think. No, I'm gonna put Bagwell ahead of Bottomley and split the lefties up. Nettles has kind of been a not great bat for me. Harper is batting ninth. What's Tulo? Tulo doesn't really run. Everybody else is kind of whatever. Yeah, we'll leave that. I'm just gonna, for now, copy that and paste it to. Oh, I don't even have my pinch hitters set up. Number one pinch hitter will be Snyder. Number two pinch hitter will be. Actually, no, Snyder's gonna be our number two pinch hitter. Kiner's gonna be our number one pinch hitter. Oh, whoops. We'll have to fix that here in just a second. Everything I did in the last minute just got lost. That was probably my wife messaging me to let me know that dinner's ready. No, everything's gone. Kiner in left field. Kiner in center field and right field as the backup. Arenado, the backup. Everything in the infield. Again, technique only. Do not recommend. Highly do not recommend this. This is a temporary measure because I don't want to take Jim Bottomley out of my lineup right now because I want him to finish the season in my lineup. We have to send him off like that. I can't pull him in the middle of the season when he's going to have 140 RBIs because that would just be rude. Our backup catcher is going to be our number one pinch runner because Jason Kendall's kind of awesome. And then Duke Snyder will be our number two pinch runner because they're kind of. We'll just do that. Paste that lineup, paste that depth chart. I'm going to open these last three packs. I'm going to go back tonight and I'm going to set these individual player strategies. I'm not going to do it right now while everybody's here watching. I'm pretty sure my wife's got dinner ready, so I probably have to go. But I'm going to open these last three packs. Guys, it's been a long afternoon. It was like 3 hours, but it was a lot of fun. I had a ton of fun. Thanks for sitting here and chatting with me as we open these last three packs. And here comes Perfect Pedro. We got 4 teams left to close out. When we do the rest, we'll start with a Kevin Gaussman. We'll start with a gold in these last 3 packs, so that's cool. So the teams we got left are the Mets, the Braves, the White Sox, and the fucking Yankees. And so we're going to come back Monday. We're going to go through. We're going to quick sell a bunch of these bronzes. I'm going to guess off the top of my head we'll have between 60 and 100 packs to open up on Monday night. And so come back and join me for that. We're going to do a deep dive. Monday night is my deep dive on my team. So we're going to be able to talk a lot about these players that we picked up today. I'm going to probably move my Monday streams to Sunday sometime in the near future, but right now I'm just kind of doing a Monday through Friday thing since I'm out of work and I'm on quarantine. So Monday night will be a deep dive into all 3 teams. We'll look at how individual players are performing. I'll show you some cool spreadsheets that you can look at and probably ignore because spreadsheets are boring. And then we're going to open packs. Like I said, estimating between 50 and 100 based off of what I've seen today. I got a bunch of golds I can quick sell. I got the DeGrom, which is a guaranteed 20. So we'll come into Monday looking to close out and get that live Yaz and that, or not that live, that 67 Yaz. I have too many live Yazes to speak of, but it's not the same guy. We got 2 more packs. I lost track of what was going on there for a second. Definitely appreciate you guys coming out. Give me, I see all the new follows. The noise didn't. We got golds in both of these packs. Holy smokes. I appreciate all the follows. It looks like we got a bunch today. For some reason, the noise didn't go off for me, or I didn't hear it. Like 5 new follows today. That's awesome, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And hit me up on Discord if you have questions, if you have feedback. Go on my Discord channel. I spent 20 years in the military, so you're not going to hurt my... We got guard... Oh, and there's our another Negro League guy. These are the best 3 standard packs you'll ever get. Well, that worked out well. I'm glad we opened those last 3 packs. My voice is pretty close to gone at this point. And so I'm just going to let you go with that. Have a great night, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night and stay safe out there. Bye.